Welcome to another episode of Cooking with DogMartyr. Alright, so first things first here, for our mac and cheese, we want about a half a pound of real butter. Gotta be real butter, margarine just won't do. So once our butter's all nice and melted here, we want to just add a good fistful of flour there. Get it all mixed together, butter and flour. That's how we start with our mac and cheese. Once you got that all incorporated, you want to add some real cream, just straight cream, fresh from the cow, as fresh as possible. If you're a namby-pamby like my son's grandmother, you could use almond milk instead, but I like to use whole cream. So it'll seem pretty watery here, but to fix that, I promise it's going to thicken up. We just add a bunch of cheeses here. It's mac and cheese. You got your cheese, and that's gonna thicken this right up. So you see, it's a pretty nice sauce here so far. It's not that watery mess that it was a second ago. Things are going good here. Give that a stir. Make sure it's all good. Now, normally we would have added some diced onions before we added the cheese, and probably before we added the, pretty much first thing we would have added to the pan was some diced onions. But I had a bit of a tiff with my next door neighbor Henry, and he wouldn't drive me to the grocery store, so I don't have any onions, and I couldn't find any onions on the street or nothing, not the street, in people's gardens. Couldn't find any onions, so we're doing this without diced onions. Sorry, guys. So the next thing we want to add here is some chipotle powder. It's okay to use some chili powder if you don't have the chipotle, but this is the stuff I like. Add a pinch of salt, not a Subway amount of salt, just a tiny little bit. And the most important ingredient, some white wine. It needs some more than this, but so I've added quite a bit of white wine here, so it's gotten quite thin again, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be too thick. It's cheese sauce that we're putting on our noodles. The noodles are going to soak it up, and it doesn't need to be super thick here. Give it a nice little stir. This is pretty appetizing looking stuff. So we want to turn on the oven. Get up to about 450 degrees. So we can take our noodles here and dump them out into a pan. Get them all out there in a nice layer. And we add the cheese sauce on top of that. I'll make sure you get it all, don't want to waste any. So yeah, we'll mix it together here. And now the reason why we didn't turn the oven on until now, so now we have to wait, but you see now, all this noise in the background, we didn't have that earlier, and it gives us time to cool the mac and cheese to add our secret ingredient. So what we'll do here is add some cheese curds. Nice squeaky curds here. You mix them in good here, and then every couple of bites you'll get a nice cheesy mouthful. It's a real pleasant surprise. Even when you know it's there, you're still surprised. It's pretty good. So we'll top that off with a little more cheese there on top. You gotta have a nice cheesy layer on top. Yeah, that reminds me. We also want to get, some here crumbs. You need some crumbs for the top. Get a nice layer there. Don't want to waste any. Make sure you get them all on there. So once the oven is at the correct temperature, you can put it in there. So yeah. In the oven it goes. Getting it nice and toasty. See? Toasty. So, let's portion ourselves out a little bit here. See how it tastes. I mean, I know it tastes great, but I'm still, obviously gonna give it a try here. So we got ourselves a nice bowl of our mac and cheese here. Yeah, that's really good stuff. Yeah, so as you can see here, what is this? That's a little weird. I don't know how that got in there, but no, oh well, yeah. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, I'm clearly capable of taking care of my son.
Bialetti.